I know. This is huge. Let me go ahead and let her know real quick how she can get in, and then, because I hate to leave people out. Come on, y'all. Okay. All right, y'all. There was a bit of a delay, but nonetheless, we are getting it popping right now. Hey, ladies. Hey, y'all. Hey, thank y'all again for being here tonight. Before we do get started, I just want to say I truly, truly appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time to pour into this conversation and this community of women entrepreneurs. I believe somebody's life, confidence, and business is genuinely going to shift after this conversation tonight. Now, I do want to state a quick prayer. If y'all can just bow your heads with me before we get started. God, thank you for bringing us together tonight. We pray that every woman watches feel seen, encouraged, empowered, and reminded that she is capable. Allow this conversation to reach the women who need it most. Remove fear, doubt, insecurity, and comparison. Let this conversation create confidence, healing, clarity, and action. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Amen.
All right, y'all. So let me welcome each and every one of y'all to Unmuted and Unfiltered, the business panel discussion series for mom CEOs and women entrepreneurs who are building businesses while navigating real life. Tonight's conversation is called Showing Up Consistently When Life is Life in y'all. And girl, listen, we are not having surface level conversations tonight. We're going to be talking about consistency, burnout, confidence, motherhood, showing up online, balancing life and business, overthinking, visibility, and learning how to keep going even when life gets heavy. Because the truth is, a lot of women know they're called to more, but they're exhausted, they're overwhelmed, intimidated, discouraged, overthinking, or shrinking themselves online. And tonight, we're getting unmuted. Now, before we get started, I want everyone watching tonight to comment where you are. If you're watching live, hashtag live. If you're catching us on a replay, hashtag replay. Tag another woman entrepreneur who needs this conversation tonight. Share this live to as many people as you can. And if you're catching the replay, go ahead and shout out what your business is. I would love to know. Tonight's panel resource sheet and companion guide will be shared after the discussion so you can connect with all of our amazing panelists, follow their work, and access their offers, freebies, and resources. And I'm going to let each of our amazing panelists briefly introduce themselves, who they are, what they do, who they help, and one thing they're passionate about. Let's go ahead and get started. I would love for y'all to meet Shamla Kanan.
Hello, everybody. How are you? My name is Shamla Kanan, as my beautiful sister said tonight, but my internet name is Shammy Sham. So I am what they call a serial entrepreneur. I got my fingers in some of everything, y'all, because just like these bills be billing, this money gonna have to money, and however I can get it, I'm gonna get it by any means necessary. So whether it's crafting, doing hair, helping my husband with his lawn business, I actually run that. He just do what I tell him to do, right? If it's helping my entrepreneurial team, I'm with a company brand called Pharmacy. We're in the health, wellness, and beauty industry. So I love, love, love to help women feel beautiful. So being in the beauty industry, doing hair and doing all of the things, I get to love on women each and every day for free. So that's a little bit about me. And I have a little farm homestead too, y'all. I got chickens and turkeys and ducks and all the things. I do all the things that you wouldn't even think that I do. I do. I gets out in that mud with them duck boots. So that's a little bit about me, you guys. And I'm from Indiana, a small town in Indiana.
Yes. Y'all heard it here today live. Miss Shammy Shams, thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. I'm so happy you're here. Next up, we have Miss Letitia Wilson. Hi, beautiful.
Hey, happy Friday, everyone. Thank you all for joining on this Friday evening. I know you all could be anywhere, but you are here with us tonight. So thank you for that. As my great sis Tammy said, I am Letitia Wilson. I am the owner of LT Financial Solutions, where we specialize in helping our clients maximize their wealth, minimize their taxes, and master their legacy. When I am not working on my business, I am an HR recruiter. And so I do that during the day and work the business at night. So it's really almost a 24-hour run. I'm working, I'm a wife, I'm a mother. So yeah, I'm learning how to balance everything in between while life is still life, and because life is just going to life and you still have to continue to show up for yourself. I am located in Southern Illinois. I'm about 20 minutes outside of St. Louis and about maybe 5 hours from Chicago. So when I say Illinois, people think Chicago, but no, it's more St. Louis, Missouri for me. And one thing that I am passionate about is helping women retire wealthy. A lot of us are full-time business owners. Some of us may work a W-2 employer job, but one thing that we don't focus on is retiring wealthy. We always like to focus on the now. So that's one thing that I am passionate about in my business.
I love that. Very professional, sis. Do it,
Thank you.
girl. Mom in the building. Yes, Letitia, y'all heard it here live. Y'all tap in with these beautiful ladies. I promise you, you will not be sorry. Next up, we have Miss Valerie Root. Hi, beautiful.
Hey girls. First, I have to say a big shout out to Tammy. Like, I have been following her since, well, I think it was like right after you got pregnant with the twins and all the stuff. So, seeing those little twins just grow and all the exciting things that they're doing, it just touches my heart because, us as moms, we have to throw our kids in there. And you say that all the time. And I'm like, oh, I love it. I love it. So I'm Valerie Root Freeman. I am the CEO of Found Her Circle LLC. It's a women's organization for entrepreneurs. So we're all about connecting, empowering, and thriving together here in Kentucky. We hold events, we do workshops, masterminds online, and I'm a business coach because I always feel like, when you're starting your business, you're like dabbling into all the things and you don't know where to go, where to turn. So it's just helpful to have a coach there to say, let's bounce some ideas, let's get on a clarity call, let's, knock out all this stuff that you don't have to do because, girl, we don't have time for that. We have to save you time. So we're not gatekeeping over here. And that's what I love about Tammy, because, she's just sharing it all the time with us. And then I have my own podcast called Found Her Voice podcast. So it's for women entrepreneurs sharing about their business, their story. Because, let's face it, ladies, sometimes during life we get silenced, whether it's, going through relationships, business, just dealing with family and friends in general. And sometimes those women don't know how to open up about, why they started their business or what's going on in their life or why they wrote the book or started the nonprofit. So I love to nudge them and have those conversations because they're like, Valerie, I don't want to be on the podcast. I don't want to be on screen. I don't want to, be recorded. And I'm like, girl, let's have this talk first. And, those talks behind the scenes, it just touches your heart because there's so much more to women than they put out there because, a lot of us face that imposter syndrome. And once you can get that out of the way and, you can tell them, stop caring what everyone thinks of you, then they will share and open up about everything and anything. And I love it. I love it. And I'm with Shammy. I'm all about the chickens, girl. Got two little feral kids, and we are, I hate to say it, we're knee deep in chicken poop. So, ladies, there it is.
I love it. I love it. Yes, these three women are amazing. And I'm super, super excited to have these few women on this particular panel because they come from a background with a lot of experience. Not only are they mothers, they're entrepreneurs, but they also do things outside to let you know that just because we are moms, we don't have to be stuck to just that title. We can have other things going on in our lives, and we don't have to be afraid to show up and show out. Life is gonna life, like Letitia said. But if you are able and ready to take on the challenges that you know you will face, you'll be good. And you're definitely not alone. Definitely not alone. Okay, so let me go ahead and start this panel question series off. The first question I would like to ask is, what does consistency realistically look like when life is lifing?
Who's taking it first? Because I mean,
Anyone
I have an
can take
answer. Girl, you just show up when you can. And I would say, even on the hard days, post one thing because it doesn't matter. You know, you have to be consistent. You have to show up for your business. You have to show up, for the women that pour into you and that you pour into them. So they're going to get it. They know when you go silent. They know when you don't show up. They see it. And, I'm always like, if somebody goes silent that I haven't seen in a couple of days, I'm the person that's in their DMs and I'm like, girl, where's the coffee? What's going on? Like, you're not showing up. What is going on? There's something going on. And it doesn't matter what it is. They're like, and they'll tell you what's going on. I was like, okay, now here's what we're gonna do. And then, Val being Val, she just goes to Chat GPT and she just makes a quick post and a quick image and she just throws it out there and she says, please just go share this. Just go share this because then you showed up. And sometimes that's all it is somebody being in your corner helping you when you can't be consistent. And that's what I'm all about. Like, don't gatekeep, help another woman. It doesn't hurt anything. And it literally takes, I'm going to say 2 or 3 minutes to go to chat and have them write something real quick and throw it out there. Or even if it's just you sitting in the bed, just eating, right? And say, I'm just having a self-care day. I'm in my feelings today, girls. Who's with me? Right?
Yes, 100%. And I gotta tell you, Val, she will definitely, like, if she don't see you consistently show up and you go missing, she'll reach out and check on you. She done that to me several times when I had my little break off of social media and I needed to take time to myself to rebuild myself. And she reached out like, hey, I just want to let you know I'm thinking of you. I'm praying for you. And, I'm here if you need to talk. And just having a community of sisterhood like that, like women who are willing to be there to listen, to support you when you are going through trials and tribulations, like, man, that is powerful. Like, if you don't have a circle of women, a support sisterhood to be there for you during these hard moments, you're gonna feel alone. You're gonna feel left out. You're gonna feel like it's very, very hard. But I think one of the biggest things for me is having that support. Women who know exactly what it's like to be a mom and to go through these different challenges and try to run a business during it all. And having people that actually genuinely care and want to listen, like that in itself speaks a lot. Anybody else want to add to that?
I mean, Valerie, she really said it. Really being consistent, showing up, having that village, that sisterhood of someone that you can depend on. I had a business bestie turned my real best friend, and when she doesn't see me showing up, she's gonna text, she's gonna call, she's gonna look to see where I'm at on the maps. Like, I haven't heard from you. Where you at? Yes. So she doesn't play. And so having that person in your life to just help you stay consistent, because life, things does happen to us. We go through stuff every day. We have our seasons where it's up, where it's down, and we really just have to show up for ourselves and stay consistent. And even with Valerie saying, hey, get on chat and go ahead and have them type you up something and post the image. And what I used to do, which I haven't did, which I need to start back doing. I used to sit and have days where I would just map out all my marketing and have my post already ready for at least 2 to 3 weeks in a row. And so doing that, because of course we showing up on social media, so we have to post every day. We have to be engaging. We have to do all the things on Facebook so we can be seen. And so I do believe that not only showing up consistently, but also planning as well. Because once you start to plan and you say, you know what, today I'm gonna make it in my marketing day and I'm gonna have posts set out for 2 to 3 weeks. So when life does life, you don't have to worry about still trying to show up in every way when you can just really be there for yourself and focus on yourself and your mental.
Exactly. Exactly. What does that look like though for the woman who is wanting to be consistent? They're showing up, but they're incapable. Like, well, I won't say incapable, but they're wanting to plan and be more organized. But what does that look like for you? Like, say, for instance, you plan. So, how would you explain to another woman who is new to batch creating and scheduling out content? How would you explain that to them for someone who is just getting started?
Well, for someone who's just getting started, first I would say pray, because God needs to lead your steps. And so once you pray and you have that vision and you're able to sit and create, whether it's a Sunday morning, a Saturday night, me, I'm a night owl. I love being up at night when everybody else is asleep because I can hear myself think. And
Me
so
too.
for me, I can stay up, especially on the weekends. I can stay up 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning to where I can actually hear my own thoughts. And I just would say, find a time that's right for you. Even if it's an hour, you don't have to take 3 to 4 hours of a stack time. Set a timer for 45 minutes if you have to. Think of some ideas, put it into chat. Because again, we don't actually have to come up with everything. When I graduated from college, I had to use my brain. I couldn't use chat. So now I'm a chat lover. I'm putting everything in chat. I'm not going to use so much brain power to try to figure it out when you can express yourself through chat, and chat can help you actually outline what you're trying to say and how you're trying to get it across. And then also even helping with, again, that batch timing. Have a calendar. I have a calendar specifically for tasks where I say, you know what, on this day I'm going to do marketing. On this day I'm going to do follow-ups. You just have to really have a calendar. And that's how you stay organized and structured, because once you have that calendar and you write it down, I'm old school as well, so I love writing. I got sticky notes in my office and things like that. So once I write it down, I stick with that plan. And then also not over planning as well. You don't have to do everything in one day. You don't have to do a follow up and create a website. You don't have to do it all in one day. Say, you know what, today, if I'm just starting out, I have one task a day. And this is that one task that I'm going to do, that I'm going to complete. And then once you are seeing yourself consistent with that one task, then in the next week, you can, build it up to maybe 2 to 3 tasks, because we're all in a race with ourselves. It doesn't matter what the person to the left of you is doing. It doesn't matter what the person to the right of you is doing, because you don't know their story. You don't know what they got going on. You don't know the type of help that they have. And if you don't have any help and it's just you, just focus on you, because you are running your own race. It's no need to speed up, watch what the other person is doing, say, oh, we got the same business, but she has more sales than me. It doesn't matter. Stay in your lane, focus, pray to God, because I mean He gonna lead your steps. And as long as you let go and let God, a lot of us say that we gonna let go and let God, but we still trying to drive. We
Right.
still trying to hold on to it. We
Exactly.
still trying to
Exactly.
we still trying to hold on to it. Let go, let God, let Him lead your steps. Take it one day at a time, because you're only racing against yourself. And at that point,
Exactly.
you got a lot of time.
Oh my God. Yes. Letitia. Yes. You just said everything in that one spiel. I promise you. Being able to have yourself a schedule, writing things out. Like, I'm old school too. I have to write things down. And it goes so much as printing things out as well,
Mm-hmm.
and having things digitally. I will print things out and highlight stuff so it can stand out. So I know, okay, bam, I need to hit 1, 2, 3 today. If I only get one done, I'm still cool as long as that one task got completed, and I'll be able to rest that night. And like you said, we don't have to overwhelm ourselves with so many things. Like when we're starting out with business, I said this in the last discussion, we get that shiny eye syndrome. We want to do so many things because it looks like it's doable, and it is doable.
Mm-hmm.
But again, you have to plan. You have to
Mm-hmm.
be strategic. You have to make sure that you are doing things in a way that you can honestly sustain. Do you have the bandwidth to do and handle all of those things at
Yeah.
once? Because if you don't, you might need to think about it. Maybe you can wait and do it this quarter and do something else the next quarter, because a lot of people that's doing everything, they may have a team. And
Mm-hmm.
we starting out, it's just you. So think about your chapter, focus on what you're able to sustain at this very moment. And yes, get a calendar, a planner, or whatever, a journal if you need to. Write down what you want to create. And again, go to ChatGPT, Gemini. It's so many AI tools out there that can help you get creative, enhance your brand, enhance your voice, and start creating.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't stand still anymore. It's
Mm-hmm.
time
And
to show up.
and I will also say, just to add, also know what season you are in your life. You might
Mm-hmm.
be in survival, you might be in a structure season, you might be in a sacrifice season. You're not
Mm-hmm.
going to be everything all at once. So if this is your survival season where you got to keep your head down, plan it out accordingly based on the season that you're in, so you will be able to handle that mentally, physically, and emotionally.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Sure do. The next question I have here is, what do you think keeps women from showing up consistently online the most? Could it be overwhelmed? Could it be fear, burnout, lack of
Some
support?
kids.
Hey, and look, sometimes it may not even be our kids. Sometimes we're so used to using that as an excuse. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? We have our children, we know kids are going to be kids, and they have things that need to be done. True enough, but we have a 24-hour span, okay? Once you set up everything that needs to be done for your kids, what are you doing with the rest of the hours of your day? So what's really keeping you from being consistent online? What's really getting you stuck? Is it comparison, perfectionism? Is it your mental? Let's talk about it.
I must say
Amy,
that
when
it's
you said
fear.
that, the first thing that came out of my mind and head is comparison. A lot of people think they have to be like Keisha or Stacy or Erica, or I don't look a certain way. I can't talk a certain way. My posture isn't correct. I have all of these things in my background. Nobody's going to listen to me. Nobody's going to feel what I feel, or are they going to talk about me? Can they relate to me? Comparison is the root of all evil. Like if people stop comparing themselves to everybody else and focus on becoming her, becoming you, seeing what it is that you have to offer, just get out there. People do business, people they learn, they like, they trust, build relationships. It's not always business. So comparison is huge. Like, and that's what a lot of people that I've, led and coached and found out, that's what they do. They compare themselves to people. You can't be me and I can't be you.
Right. We're all uniquely made for a reason. And we need to tap into that and figure out what it is. What is it about you that draws your audience to you? And if you don't know what that is, you need to sit down and figure that out. So many of us want to make that money fast, and we forget about setting that foundation. We need to figure some things out before we sit around and try to go viral and get the attention from a lot of people and make these millions of dollars. But at the end of it all, who are you really trying to speak to? Who are you trying to serve? Who are you selling to? And then not only that, when we get to showing up, we get to overthinking. We overthink a lot of things and procrastinate. We're
Mm-hmm.
questioning ourselves, we're doubting ourselves, we're thinking we're not good enough because we're not speaking the same way as so and so. Like Shami said, that comparison trap will have you stuck. You have to stop. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be real. This is unmuted and unfiltered. When I started out, I compared myself to a lot of people. But it wasn't until I learned that their chapter is completely different from mine. I thought when I was starting out, I thought every entrepreneur was supposed to know this amount of stuff, supposed to have this amount done, be ready and doing this amount. Like I thought everybody was supposed to be on the same path. But it wasn't until I figured out everybody's chapter is different, and it's different for a reason. And it's a good thing, not a bad thing. If you're growing at a certain pace and you feel like you're not growing fast enough, okay, we need to ask ourselves, what is it that we're doing that keeps us growing at this pace? Are you showing up enough? And then you don't have to show up every single day, but are you showing up at all? And if your answer is not enough or no, then you have to change that. And I'm going to say you have to change that, sis, because I love you enough to say if you are not showing up so that your audience can find you, they never will. You can post standstill content all day long. That's not getting as much reach as you showing up on live, collaborating like we are doing today, collaborating with other women. Show up in a way where you can get in front of other audiences. You can gain that visibility and get people to see who you are, know who you are, and trust who you are. Anybody else want to add to that? I'm telling you now, comparison, but that's one of the biggest downfalls. I agree. I really do. How do you personally continue showing up during difficult seasons? That's a big one. That's a big one. If you're going through a hard time.
I can share a little bit on that, Tammy. My father passed away, and I show up on social media every single day. And my dad used to tell me all the time, I'm not gonna always be here. That was one of the hardest parts of my life when he passed away, because that was my everything. Still had to be strong. I still had to show up for my team members. I still had to be a coach. I still have to, be a mom, be a wife, be a student. And if people knew what I was going through that season, a lot of people told me, you didn't even tell me. You didn't even say anything. I did not even know that your dad passed away, because I chose to still show up even when the unexpected happened. Like, what don't kill you will make you stronger. And I thought about, what would he say to me? Would he say, he would tell me, you need to stop all that crying. You need to get up and you do what you're supposed to do, because you have to do it regardless of if I'm present or not. My brothers weren't strong enough during the funeral. So I was handling the finances, everything. And that was stressful. You talk about burnout, and to keep having to go and keep going. But my strength was in my weakness at the time. If I don't show up every single day, if I don't do this, yes, I took time off, you know what I'm saying? And I did the things that I would have to do. But at the same time, there were so many women counting on me. They were going through their difficult seasons. They had so many seasons, I didn't even have time to think about my seasons. So it's hard, but you just have to keep going. You grow through what you go through. So I'm thankful and grateful for my persistence. I'm thankful and grateful that I pour into myself each and every day, because without personal development, I don't know what I would have done. And I truly believe that's why I was so strong.
I love that. I'm sorry to hear about your dad too, Shammy. I didn't even know that. But girl, you are a strong person. You show up every day. You sure do. And to keep going, even though you're going through those trials, you have to show the next person that, it has to get done, even though. I'll tell you, for me, it was God. I had to lean on God. I went through a season. Girl, I went through a season, me and my husband, we went through an issue and we ended up separating. And that was huge for me. And I didn't think I was going to return back to showing up, because it was like I hit a brick wall. I didn't know what to do. So I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna be a single mom of 6. Like this is what direction my life is going, God, really? So I'm like questioning a lot of stuff. And he had to sit me still, because it was a moment where I was just going, and ignoring a lot of the signs, a lot of things that were going on. But when that hit me, I needed to turn to him. And I needed to give my all, and I mean my all, to him, because it was nothing, it was nowhere else I could go. I was boxed in. And I know I had people reaching out, saying that they want to listen to me if I needed to talk and things like that. But what do you say, when you're going through difficult things like that? Like, I should have known better. What do you say at that time? So me, I was feeling a whole lot of negativity. I was criticizing myself, coming down hard on myself, being really strict with my kids because I'm like, okay, it's just going to be me now. So I got to tighten up. So turning to God, praying, and even I got to a point of rededicating my life to Him. Things became so clear, clearer than they ever were. And if it wasn't for Him, I'll probably still be stuck in that darkness. So if you feel like you don't have anybody to talk to, or you don't feel like sharing vulnerable things, I will share my vulnerability because I know I'm not the only one that goes through it. A lot of us have been through it. And it helps the healing process, and it helps another person who is going through it. If you share what pain that you might be feeling, what hole you may feel like you're in and you need help getting out of. So I just feel like you turn to God if you feel like you don't have anybody else. But I encourage you, please, if you haven't already, find you a support group, a circle of women that you trust, that you know have good intentions. Because I'm gonna tell you, and me and my girlfriend Greta, we was talking about this last night. People will see you become successful and they will try to attach themselves to you just to gain success off of you. Make sure that you keep your eyes open. Not saying that you don't have to trust people, but just use discernment, okay? And know that whatever path that you're going through, trust God. Trust his leadership. He won't steer you in the wrong path, in the wrong direction. Right? He's not the author of confusion in no way, shape, or form. Anybody want to add to that? Thank you, girl. I seen that comment. What's one thing women need to stop doing if they want to become more visible and consistent? All right, now this is where we get into the nitty-gritty. This is where we become unfiltered now. What do women need to stop doing if they want to become more visible and consistent?
I would say stop overthinking.
Mm.
Stop overthinking. Every post doesn't need to be 3 paragraphs.
Mm-hmm.
I make good morning posts. Good morning to everybody who bring their lunch to work but eat it for breakfast. Good morning.
Yeah.
Stop overthinking. It doesn't need to be that deep. And I also feel like when it on social media, of course, we're just posting so everyone doesn't get to see you. Get on live.
Mm-hmm.
Do the live. I mean, I was afraid at one time, but now I'm doing a challenge right now. I've been doing live for about almost about 2 years now. 2 years I've been on live. Show up.
Mm-hmm.
Stop overthinking. You don't have to be perfect. Done is better than perfect.
Yes.
Make the
Every
post, get
time.
on the live, go outside, go to networking events, and just don't overthink it. Because when you start overthinking, now you coming up with a list of reasons why you can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't go to the event. I need to lose 10 more pounds before I go outside. Girl, take your butt outside.
See? Now that right there, girl, we are our biggest critics. Like,
We are.
criticizing ourselves. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Nothing. People be like, oh, I feel like I got to get my hair done. I got to take more professional pictures. Show up
Mm.
as you are now.
Yep,
Show
show
up
up as you
now.
are now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and be
Yes.
your real authentic self, because that's really
Yes.
what's stopping you from actually growing. People don't want to see a robot. People don't want to actually talk to a robotic person. They want to see personality. They want to see, when you're up, when you're down. You just can't, post the good. Like Tammy said, hey, or I think that was Valerie might have said, you know what? I'm in my bed today. I'm in my feelings. If you
Mm-hmm.
in your feelings too, put a heart in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So stop overthinking and really just do, because done is better than perfect. And once you stop overthinking, you will be able to actually get out there and actually do.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Like Shelly said, get out of our own heads.
Exactly. You'll start manipulating yourself, confusing yourself, doubting yourself. Just stop
Mm-hmm.
overthinking.
Yep.
It's
Stop
not, it's
overthinking.
like nobody is going to be reading as much into you as you are. I
Mm-hmm.
promise you that. They're
Mm-hmm.
not. And
And
I
stop.
have to say, Stop being afraid.
Oh, yes.
Please.
Stop being
Stop being
afraid.
afraid. A lot of us are worried about trolls, or we worried about what the people that we know, our family members or friends, what they might think, say, or do. People who don't even know us, they might not even like us for real, and might not even care. You know how many trolls I done had comment on my posts and my lives? Block them and keep it pushing. Just press that one button and block them, sis. Keep it pushing, because they're not paying your bills. They're not doing nothing for you. They just want you to be miserable because it's fun for them. So just block them. Show up anyway. And even though you feel that big frog in your throat when you get ready to go live and your palms get sweaty, you feel nervous and you're like, oh, I can't do it today. I can't do it today. Maybe tomorrow. No, do it today, even if it's just for 5 minutes. You'll be so proud of yourself. And stop worrying about what you're going to say. The quickest thing that you can do is introduce yourself. You know you. You know your name. You know the name of your business, what you're about. You know who you serve. All of that take 5 minutes in itself. Show up and don't be afraid. Nobody is going to hurt you. No one is going to judge you. And if you worry about what your friends and family or even church members, etc., might say or think because you're doing this line of business or because you're showing up in a certain way, everybody is not our audience. And it's okay if your friends, family, church members are not in your target audience. It's okay. Still show up, because the person who needs you, they just might see you right then, and you might even make a sale on your very first live. You just might. You never know what may happen if you just show up. So post that content, take that picture, go live. Who care about the rest? Nobody. Just
And
do
also
it.
stop thinking that you have to know everything about the service that you offer before you get out and offer it. You don't know, you don't have to know if you are a consultant, if you're in taxes, if life insurance, whatever type of business that you're in and you want to talk about it, talk about it. Don't feel like you have to know everything from front to back before you can actually get out and spill out the information that you know, because it's information that you already know that other people don't know.
That's right. You don't have to know it all. As long as you are showing up as the authority in your niche, that's how your audience will see you. You have to have confidence in yourself when you show up. But people can see through the fluff. People getting smart these days. They can read right through it. They can see if you're serious about what you're doing, or if you even believe in what you're doing. If they feel like you don't even believe in what you're doing, why should I? So you have to show up in full throttle. I always say full throttle with confidence, proving that you know what you're talking about. Even if you're a little bit shaky, you have to speak with confidence and let them know, hey, I'm going to help you do this, that, and the third, because I know you need this, that, and the third. And all that other stuff, that extra stuff that you don't know anything about, just say, okay, I'm not, you don't have to tell them, but if you want to, say, if you have questions about anything that I am not familiar with, I promise you I'll find somebody who can help you in that area. But what I can help you with is ABC. Okay? I do that often. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know it all, because I don't. I stay in my lane. And it's okay. My lane is for me. And it should be for you. Your lane should be for you. And you don't have to be an expert in every single thing within your niche. They have different buckets for every niche. Everybody like to say, oh, my niche is saturated. My niche is saturated. Okay, that may be. A lot of people might be doing the same thing. But what is it about your business that stands out? If you tap into that, you will stand out amongst the rest.
I would also say, Tammy, stop disappearing when things get hard. Like your hard could save somebody else. Share that story. Share what you're going through, because your viewer may be, waiting for you to share what you've been embarrassed to share. Women go through things every single day, but when they can relate to people, it makes a huge difference. So stop disappearing.
And I've been there too, y'all. I'm telling you, there are times where I would go through things as a mom, as a wife, as a child of God. I would go through things and I feel like I need to take a break because me being the person that I am, I don't want people to feel my negative energy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want people to feel that. And I feel like my negativity might transfer to somebody else. You can read it, feel it through people's content, the way they write it, everything. And I never like to transfer negativity to no one. So me, I take my time. You don't have to apologize for anything that you do within your business because it's yours. And if you build an audience and your audience trusts you enough, they will understand. They'll be your biggest advocates and they'll still have your back and be waiting on you when you return. Yeah. What would y'all say to the woman who knows she's called to more, but she keeps hiding?
I would say, girl, let's jump on a call because you needed some encouragement somewhere, honey. You need that kick in the butt. You need to just, let's go. We ain't got time for this. We're getting too old. I'm not that old, I don't think, but I always feel like, girl, I just don't have time. We don't have time for this. We got to go. We need to make that money. We need to do all the fun stuff. We only get one life. So come on, let's see what's going on. Let's pal this out right now.
I agree. I will agree. If you know you're called for more, stand in it and stand firm. How can you help someone solve their problem when you won't show up for what you're called for? If you're not showing up, they're not going to see you. Just like I tell the women who are doing my Facebook group challenge, look, if you sit there and post about your Facebook group because you have a Facebook group, but you're not out there telling people about it, you're just posting it on your profile, or you're just sitting in your group and just sharing content in your group. If you're not out there promoting it and telling people about it and even inviting people to it, how are they going to find it? There's too many people out there. Are billions of people on every platform, and we are like a speck. If you are called to something, obey it and show up. And if you need somebody there with you, I'll be there with you every step of the way. I'm rooting for you in spirit already. But if you want to show up, you have to take that action. Can nobody else stand in your way but you? You have to take that action and do it. And do it today. If you haven't done it in a while, or you haven't done it yet, you thinking about it, or that's a goal that you have for 2026, start today. Today is Friday. If you post today, you show up today, that'll give you the weekend to show up Monday. That'll give you the weekend to calm down and your anxiety can level out and everything. That'll give you a couple of days to be like, oh girl, did you just see what I just did on social media? I can't believe it. Like, just process it all. And then Monday, show up again. And don't delete it. Keep it. Another thing I want y'all to know is when you're just starting out in business and you're sharing your content, you're going live, you're promoting things, people who are successful, do y'all go back to their very first post or try to search when the first time they went live and things like that? No. Nobody's going to care what you did in the beginning. They only care what you're doing now. So show up. Stop hiding. We don't have time for that. Just like Val said, we ain't got time for that.
Tammy, there's someone named Beautiful Black Couples United. She says, as a new business with few members, I struggle with anybody engaging in my post or showing up to my live. Send me a friend request. I like to go support beautiful Black couples
Yes.
united. Send me a friend request. I will come on there and sit and chat with you like we've been knowing each other for years. So show up
Yes.
and I'll show up.
I'm going to tell you, and I'm glad she made that comment because a lot of people struggle with that when they just start a business, and the lack of engagement is discouraging. And you don't really feel motivated because you feel like if you post content, nobody's going to like it. So it feels like you're not sharing any value. You feel like you're just wasting time. You're putting in the work, but you're not seeing any results. Keep showing up. Keep showing up. And I got to tell you this too. On business pages, Facebook wants you to pay for ads, so they limit your reach. They do that intentionally. So if you're not getting a lot of engagement, Facebook wants you to invest money into ads in order to push your post out to more people. If you post on your personal profile and you share a post and in the comment section you mention your business page, that's how you'll get people to know who you are and what your business page is. I always have some sort of call to action. Say, hey, follow me on my business page for more information here in the comments. Never put links or anything like that in the captions because it always limits your reach. And also this too, if you have a Facebook community, tell your members about your business page. Let them know to follow you. Go live on your community page. Tell them, say, hey, I got an event coming up. You should check it out. It's going to take place on my business page. Something like that. Always find a way to draw traffic to your business page so that when you do share content, once they engage on that particular content, your post will start to show up on their feed.
Mm-hmm. And hashtag your business too.
Yeah.
Hashtag, the things that you do. I'm in tax and life insurance, so I use a lot of hashtags within that. And so when people are searching that in the search bar, your information will pop up.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
And
indeed.
even though you may feel that you aren't getting the engagement or people aren't watching, they are. They are watching. I have a lot of clients on my Facebook page because I do a lot of posting from my personal page. They never like a they never like a post. They not commenting on a post. They not sharing a post. Nothing. But they will say, "Hey, I've seen you on Facebook." Literally, when I ask my clients, "Hey, how did you hear about me?" "Oh, I seen you on Facebook. I've been following you for a while." I never liked a post. Never
Mm-hmm.
shared a post, anything. So you may not feel that since people are engaging, people aren't noticing you, but people are just watching to see how you show up and how serious that you are about your business. And if you are on your personal page, does your personal page actually explain what you do? Do you have your cover page explaining the business that you have? When somebody may look into your profile information, do you have your business, as where you work? Do you have a pinned post? So the first post they should see is the post about your business. They shouldn't have to go down 5, 6, 7 pages to say, "Oh yeah, she a credit. She do credit." Nah, she not serious. She ain't posted in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We gotta scroll and scroll and scroll to see exactly what you do. Like, no, your page should be a billboard for you. When you go on my page, my name is Letitia Wilson on Facebook. My page is public, so anybody can go check my page out. My cover page, you're gonna see my cover photo. You're not even gonna get too far without seeing LC Financial Solutions at least 2 to 3 times before you even hit a post. And once you hit my post, the first one is a pinned post letting you know what I do. You don't even have to search anymore. It's right there. But if somebody has to come to your page and see exactly what you do and you don't represent it on your page, then people tend to not take you as seriously. And so that's where also, again, the lack of engagement. I don't always get people watching my lives. I would do a live and it's zero people watching. And I'm still going to show up and do that live because people are still going to view it. It's still going to come
Yep.
across people's pages, even with posts. Not everybody always engaged with my posts. That's okay. But people do see, even when I'm out in public, "Oh, I see you on Facebook. I see you doing your thing." And I'm like, dang, I didn't even know that seen my Facebook. But
Mhm.
people are watching, so don't get discouraged if people aren't actually engaging because they see what you're doing.
Mhm. That's a good point, Letitia. That's a great point, actually. We call them silent watchers. They sit
Mm.
there, they don't engage at all whatsoever, but they've been following you for a while. And yeah, exactly, Laura, lurkers. Exactly. They'll sit there and watch you, not post on a comment and then so you feel like you're not getting anybody to engage and stuff like that. Don't focus on the numbers too much. Still show up. Post that content. Post it, show up, go live. And it, like Letitia said, I done had lives where nobody would show up. Nobody was there. But I've had people show up and watch the replay. So they're gonna catch the replay, even if they don't catch the live. Like we said, life is lifing. People might be at work, cooking dinner, driving, folding laundry, a number of things. So when they get a chance to sit down, they'll be able to watch your live and say, "Hey, I got to show up. I got to show up for whoever your target audience is named." Last business discussion, I used the name Marissa. I'm gonna use Amy this time. Show up for Amy. Show up for Amy. Let Amy know you're gonna be there. I'm gonna be there on time. When I say I'm gonna show up on live, I'm gonna show up on live. And if you have a hiccup, you stutter, you get confused, that happens until you get used to it. So don't worry about it. Have you a notepad? I always do that. Have a notepad with some bullet points and stay on topic. That's how you keep from rambling. Or that's how you stop feeling like you don't know what to say. She said, I post everything. I post on my business page, on my personal account, and advertise on my personal page. Good. See you showing up. Posting your stories too, sis.
Mm-hmm.
Stories.
Yeah, them stories, the stories will definitely get you there. Definitely posting your stories as well.
I've
I,
done full lives and then realized I wasn't actually connected to Facebook. Do it again. You have to practice. Yes, exactly. Practice. Because sometimes you'll be sitting there talking, and I've done that too. Thought I pressed live, and I'm sitting there talking for a whole 5 minutes, and I ain't even pressed live. It happens till you get used to it. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to have hiccups. And I always say this too, when you start going live, it's a good thing that you don't have so many people on your live in the beginning because you're going to make mistakes. You're going to feel nervous. You're going to stutter, but it's okay. It's okay. We've all done it. I still do it. I still stutter over my words and I keep going. Like you
Mm-hmm.
trip and keep like you ain't even bald. Keep on pushing.
Mm-hmm. And it shows that you're human. Nobody is
Mm-hmm.
perfect. There's no reason why you trying to get on live and be perfect. I gotta have my hair done. I gotta make sure my makeup done. They can't see
Mm-hmm.
nothing but up. I'm gonna put on a t-shirt, some
Mm-hmm.
earrings, and get on live.
Exactly. And have some shorts on the bottom. You never
Okay.
know. You never know. That's how it is sometimes. Just show up the best way you can. And don't think too much about it because you're the only one that puts too much thought into it. Everybody else is like, "Oh, look, she's on live. I love what you're speaking about." While you thinking inside of your head, "Oh, I sound so stupid. Oh, I can't believe I'm saying this." No, because the person that you're speaking with, they're glad you're talking to them. They need the information that you're sharing because they don't know. And how they're gonna know if you don't tell them? So show up.
Girls, I gotta say something. Not everybody is as bold as Valerie, but when you get to that point where you just don't, we're gonna say care, we won't
Yeah.
say the other word, but so when you put pictures in your stories and you do that because you can see who is looking at your stories, right? I mean, that's why
Right.
I do it. And I always find these women that will look at the stories like on Found Her Circle page. Like if they do it 5 days straight, but they don't follow me, they don't comment, they don't do anything, I screenshot it all the time. And then I send it to them and say, you know what? I love that you're supporting me in my stories. Do you care to come on over and like the page and like let's interact? Like, what do you do? Tell me more about what you do. And sometimes they'll come over and they'll have that conversation with you. And sometimes they'll just be like, you can see where they said red and they just end it there. But then they're out of your stories and you know that those are the women that's not for you.
Yeah.
And that's why I do it, honestly.
That's actually a good tip too. Never be afraid to show up. You see people that view your stories, reach out. Ask them to connect. Say, hey, I would love to connect with you. One day we can possibly collaborate on whatever project that comes up. Yeah, I love someone asking me, let's collaborate on something. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, I'm there. Yeah, young Dale, for real. She said, never thought of that. Yeah, that's a great tip. Actually, thank you for sharing that, Val. All right, y'all. So I got some panelist spotlight questions. The first question is going to be for Shammy Shams. What helped you learn how to continue building while balancing real life responsibilities?
I would say you say you're asking me, say it again, Tammy.
What helped you learn how to continue building while balancing real life responsibilities?
I would definitely say my reason why, because it's strong enough to make me cry. So I got to keep going for that why. I can't give up. No excuses.
Yeah.
No excuses.
Yes. Team no excuses over here. Love it. Letitia, how does financial stress or pressure sometimes impact a woman's confidence and visibility in business?
Great question. I really think it impacts them by them not showing up. Because when you feel like you are not financially ready or you are going through financial stress, you tend to let that take over your life. And when it comes to, of course, investing in a business, we all on here are business owners. So we know how much it can cost to, invest into a business and how much it takes. But you really, again, pull out that notebook, say, hey, you know what? I have $100 to put into my business. How can I use this $100 and stretch it out? I love making a dollar out of 15 cents, and I'm gonna do it every time. And if you need assistance with it, go into chat and say, hey, right now this is what my financial situation is, and it's affecting me. How do I not let it affect me? Even if you don't have anyone to talk to. I have so many chat GTP conversations about everything. Like let's like my therapist almost, but I do have a real therapist. But that could be your therapist, and don't let your financial struggles affect what you are doing in life, because there are always going to be financial struggles in your life. Nobody's going to be 100% up at all times. You just have to figure out how to navigate through it, and also, again, like I said before, determine what season you are in. That might not be your season to invest into a new system. That might not be your season to invest into paid ads. Figure it out. Figure out a free way. Don't let the financial stress of life, or even, pouring into your business, dictate how you're going to move in your business, because showing up online is free.
Yeah.
Going to an event is free. Going to put your business cards, go to a mall parking lot, and put your business cards on people cars. That's free. Everything that you do doesn't have to have that financial burden on it, and you feel like, oh, okay, I can't do this, I don't have enough money. Like, no, find other resources or ask people for other resources as well. It's a community. Tammy's community, when I say those women in there are so supportive, it's all about finding that sisterhood and people to support you, whether it's going to cost you financially or not.
Yes, I love that.
Okay,
Great
well,
answer.
what was that? Beautiful Black Couples United said, "Oh, I love the business card I did." Yes, do it all the time. I do it all the time. Put your card on people windows. It doesn't keep your business cards on you as well. Pass them out, random people. That's all you have to do. Show up. Learn how to show up for free, because everything doesn't take money. You don't need money. You're either going to spend time or money. And if you're doing both, then you're doing too much.
Yeah. Amen to that. Amen to that. Yes. I love that. Next question is for Val. All right. Valerie, I love your boldness. I love your spirit, your authenticity. So I'm going to ask you, what does bold, authentic visibility look like to you?
Well, sometimes it's just putting on that red lipstick.
Okay.
I'm telling you, so many times these women are like, how do you do it, Valerie? Like, you just walk in this room and you just look perfect and you got your red lipstick on. And I'm talking about like at events and you got your red high heels on. I'm like, girl, if you knew what I look like at about 9 p.m., you would think I was like homeless. You know,
Mm.
sometimes you just have to put on what makes you feel good, do what makes you feel good, look good. And of course, that is different for everyone. So, putting on my red lipstick and putting on my red high heels and walking into these rooms, I'm just like, I do it because I want them to stand out. Like, I want these women to come to me and be like, who are you? What are you doing? And how can we like get together and make big things happen, right? Because us women, we all need other women in our lives. And so, whatever, yeah, whatever makes you feel good, whatever, you know, just, I don't know what I want to say because there's so many things. It's just like, ladies, you need to just do it for you because no one else is going to do it. And this is your life. You only get one. So just show up, make it happen. And if you need help, I'm going to say jump on over there in Tammy's group or, get with any one of us on here because we're going to help you. And, if you are struggling right now, and yeah, there's probably so many coaches on here right now, but I mean, I can't talk for everyone, but I will always say, you know what? If you come to me and you'd be like, Valerie, I can't afford your clarity call. Okay, you can't afford it. So what? If you need help, I'm going to help you because I want you to step in to your power because we're all here to empower each other. So, girl, whatever you need help with, let's go. Let's go. That's what we're here for.
Hey, I love it. I love it. Okay, got it. Okay, I want to ask everyone some quick questions. The first question I'm going to ask is, what's one word that describes the season that you're in?
Unstoppable.
Ah, I was going to say that. Bingo. What's one word? Now I got to think of another word. What's one word that describes the season that I'm in?
Mine's elevation before you steal mine.
Look, I was gonna say unstoppable, but I gotta
Letitia, you
think
better
of
go. Hurry.
I'm telling you.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead. I think for me, mine is reconstruction.
Mhm.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
I am reconstructing a lot of things in my life at this time, and I need to reconstruct to make sure that foundation still stands tall. So right now, the season that I am in is reconstructing.
I like that.
And that's okay. That's great.
Yeah, it is.
Mm.
I'm gonna have to say determined.
Mm.
And the reason I picked determined is because I cannot let any form of negativity, manipulation, anything stop the direction of flow that I have going for me right now. And I am determined to make sure that these sisters who are with me grow on top of it because they may not see their potential, but I do. And I work with people individually, I work with people closely. And if I am investing myself into your growth, it's because I know for a fact that I can see what you're capable of. So I'm determined to make you get up, stand tall, and push forward because I'm doing the same. Nothing's going to stop us, y'all. What's the biggest lesson entrepreneurship taught you?
Mm,
Girl,
I have so many lessons.
I'm gonna say pivot as many times as you need to, and
Yeah.
do not be ashamed of that. Never,
Mhm.
because there's always a lesson to be learned.
Oh, yes.
Always.
Oh, yes.
I would say you can't take everybody with you, and you're not supposed to go with everyone. I had a hard lesson, Tammy. I've been in the network marketing MLM industry for a very long time with some amazing millionaire leaders. You know what I'm saying? But just because they're millionaires doesn't mean I need to follow them if my belief system leads me to belief this is not where I'm supposed to be. I had a mentor tell me, you need to leave your team behind because they're not taking you where you need to go. Well, if
Oh,
your mentality is that I need to leave my team behind, I'm never going to do that. Ups,
mhm.
downs, thick and thin, through it all. My goal is to elevate myself with my team. So guess what? Elevation requires separation. This is not where we're supposed to be, and we're gonna find our home wherever else we need to go. So I
Yes.
love on people. When I love on people, it's for a long time, not for a short time. And if you
Yes.
can't see the greatness in them because they're not winning, they're not pouring the money into your back office, they're not doing this or doing that, you can't sleep on people.
Yes.
I
I
was
love that.
taken out of leadership things because there was a certain time where I wasn't buying bunches of things in the back office. Life was life, and I had to bury my dad. And instead of you saying, "What's going on? How can I help you?" Her words were at the time for that company, such and such didn't do nothing to you. And I knew that was my time to exit, alt and delete.
Wow. Wow. And it's crazy that you have to experience something like that, especially when you worked with somebody for a while. But after a while, you end up seeing their true colors and what they're really, what their true intentions are. You can't just ditch people. Everybody grow and learn differently. You can't just ditch people, but I love your heart behind what you do. And I know you're not the type of person that would do anything like that. So I'm glad you did stay true to your heart and the other people that are on your team. That's good. That's crazy. I have so many lessons. One of the main lessons is knowing that I can't compare myself to somebody else's chapter 2 or chapter 30. I have to stay in my own lane, right? I can't get tied up in what other people are doing and beating myself up because I'm not at a certain level. That used to eat me up in the beginning because I didn't know so many things and I wanted to get. But I've calmed down and I know that as long as I appreciate the journey, I'll learn everything I need to learn along the way. So that's one of the biggest lessons that I did learn. What oh, Val, what's your biggest lesson?
I think I said it. Pivot
You
as many
did?
times as you need to.
Oh,
I didn't go. I didn't go yet.
sorry. How many times you need it?
I think my biggest lesson in entrepreneurship, um, my biggest lesson in entrepreneurship is stop buying into the fluff. Stop. You may see people who are doing the same thing that you may doing. I know, again, I'm in Texas and life insurance, and so at one point I was like, oh, I need to buy this course, I need to buy that course, I need to learn this, I need to learn that. But then I also start realizing that sometimes people are selling fluff.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
buy into these master classes and they literally just talking about shifting mindset. You're gonna talk about shifting mindset for 3 days and you to pay $9.97 thinking you about to learn, a tactic and something that
Mhm.
to actually help you in your business. But people are really selling a lot of fluff. Do your
Yeah.
own research. There's Google again, there's chat, there's books. Learn on your own without feeling like you need to buy into the fluff, and also have discernment. I know when I started out doing taxes, I believe that was 2021. I used to see all of these tax professionals on here. They have a team. They making six figures in 90 days. And I'm like, oh my goodness, why am I not moving like this? What's going on with my business? But then again, it's fluff. Because a lot of them got cases now because you're doing fraud. So don't compare yourself to others because they might not even be doing it the right way to actually get what they are flaunting on social media. And that's one thing I've learned as well. Sometimes the fluff is fake. And you have to decide, do you want fake fluff or do you want a real mink?
Okay. I love that.
Do you want
I
the
want
fake
the
or do you
real
want the
mink.
real? Right,
I want the
exactly,
mink.
exactly. Do you want the fake or do you want the real? And so again, having that discernment and not comparing myself because I did that a lot when I first started out in this business. Like Tammy said, comparing my chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 30. And that person might have skipped 10 chapters by not doing something that wasn't ethical or moral in their business to get where they are. And so when you are comparing yourself, not everybody races the same. Not everyone is getting there authentically, not everyone is getting there ethically. And so you have to think about, if you want to get there ethically, moral, respect, it's going to take a while. You got to do it step by step. You can't jump steps. So
Yep.
don't compare, learn discernment, and don't buy into the fluff.
Amen to that, honey. All of that. I want the mink, sis.
I don't want nothing fake.
Mm-mm.
I don't have to have a fake Chanel bag and posting with it just to make it seem like I'm making money.
Exactly.
I don't like fake things. I'd rather have a non-name brand something than to post something that is fake. I don't do fluff. I don't do fake, real and authentic. And once you start to be your real authentic self, your tribe is going to come, your community is going to come. Once you're trying to duplicate something somebody else is doing, that may not work for you.
Yeah, that's true. And that's a lot going on these days, a lot of duplication. People are copying what somebody else is doing. Maybe somebody else is successful doing one thing and then they're trying to pick up on it because they just want that virality or that success or that instant trip to fame. And for some, it may work, but for a temporary time because you didn't take all the steps that you needed to take in order to get there. And when you get there, you're not able to sustain all of that success and fame. So what happens? You fall down, you look like a fraud, you have cases and all that other stuff. So it's just not worth it. Just be authentic and true to yourself and your audience. And that's how you'll end up gaining a large audience in time, okay? Because all great things happen in time. Don't rush it. Don't rush it.
Agreed.
Okay, so one of the things before we do wrap up, I definitely want to give these amazing women an opportunity to share more about what they do, how they help women, where people can connect with them, and any offers or freebies, services, or communities they currently have available. So, Shammy, if you would like to go ahead and share what inspired you to create what you do today, and let us know how we can stay in contact with you and about your communities and etc.
So my platform really is, Tammy, like motivational, encouraging, and just letting women know you can do all things, especially when you have it in a support system. Something simple like maybe you need to be motivated. I sell cups with motivating things on it, bags, purses, t-shirts. My coffee mugs radiate positivity. I can drink out a coffee mug in the morning and it will set the tone for my day. I can wear a t-shirt that says something positive that's not only going to motivate me, but motivate somebody else. I'm in the health, wellness, and beauty industry because I like to make women feel beautiful about themselves. Like Valerie said with the red lipstick, honey, pop them lips on and go out and be great. Literally, curl that hair. I don't care if you've never used a curling iron. Let's have a video chat and I teach you how to use a curling iron. I'm a hairstylist. My industry has always evolved around women and making them feel better versions of themselves. So if you need some motivation, you need some encouragement, you need a t-shirt, you need a cup, you need to talk on the phone, I need to show you what color lipstick will look good on you. Let's have a conversation and show up, be your own beautiful version of yourself and just walk in your greatness. So Shamla Kanan on Facebook, and I love new friends.
Yes. And one thing I love about Shammy is she has been the same authentic individual since day one. And I've known her on social media for a couple of years now. And she will show up for you. She supports in a massive way. And she's on live just about daily, like sharing motivation, sharing tips, sharing strategies, showing you what she's creating, how she's doing it, and even her family life. Like she's on just being herself, and I love that. And one thing that you can definitely learn from her is how you can show up in your authentic self as well. Just connect with Shammy, and I promise you, you'll learn a lot. Thank you for sharing, sis. Letitia, I did want to ask you this question before you do share your amazing business and how we can stay connected to you. But what's one financial misconception women in business need to stop believing?
Thinking you have a money problem when you really probably just have a strategy problem.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have finance problems, you just have a strategy problem. You need to figure out exactly where your money is going, penny for
Mm,
penny.
yes, I agree. I agree. That's a good one. Okay, sis, let us know what it is that you do and what inspired you to start LC Financials, and also how we can stay in contact with you.
Yes. So what actually got me into starting LC Financial Solution? Um, I had a ghost tax professional. A ghost tax professional, she did my taxes, she ghosted me, and I got audit, and I didn't know what to do. And I just knew I never wanted to feel like that again.
Mm.
And so that's what started me into my own business. Now the audit, I don't even know why she ghosted me, because they literally just asked for a piece of paper that I had, and I just had to send it in. But I knew from that moment I did not want that to happen to anyone else. I knew I didn't want anyone to feel abandoned, especially when it comes to the IRS, because one, they are nobody to play with. And so for me personally, I wanted to make sure if you come to me, you're going to understand your taxes from line one to the last line. You're going to understand your finances. And as I started to expand LC Financial Solutions, I started to think of building seven streams of income. You know how they always say you need seven streams of income, but instead of creating seven different businesses, I created seven different services within my business to create those seven streams of income. And so with that, as I started to expand more, I started diving into retirement, because again, we're all closer to retiring than not. And so I know a lot of women that are entrepreneurs don't have their retirement plan. And so with LC Financial Solutions, I want to maximize your wealth by helping women retire wealthy. That is one of my top goals in business, because I want to be a millionaire. I want millionaire friends. And in order for me to get those millionaire friends, I need to teach. I need to educate. I need to show you strategies to where, hey, sis, you want to be on a budget, let's go ahead and put you on a budget, because a budget is not a punishment. It's just a plan to help you reach your goal. And so within my business, again, I offer budget analysis strategies to where, hey, let's open up that bank account. How many times did you go to Starbucks this month, sis? Because you said you ain't had the money to save. But if you open that bank account up, how many times you've been through the drive through, right? And so then once you actually see, like, goodness gracious, I spent $250, in a drive through this month. That $250, guess what? That can go to your business. That can go to your retirement wealthy strategy, right?
Mm.
that can help you build that generational wealth. And I love helping people learn how to build old new money, right? We are typically, some of us are first generation entrepreneurs, so we're figuring this thing out. We want to leave a legacy for our children and their children, and so we are the old new money. I want my grandkids to say, "Oh yeah, I was a trust fund baby." I want that, and I know a lot of people that I hang around want that as well. But guess
Yeah.
what? I'm the person that's going to sit and educate you on how to retire wealthy. I'm the person who's going to teach you how to create $1 million baby plan for your child on a budget. I'm going to be that person to sit here and actually financially educate you, to say, hey, let's sit down. I'm not going to say all of these big words and jargon that you might not understand. Like, no, sis. Like I said, open up that bank account. Let's see the real tea. How many times, what's going on? And so for me, I love educating, being real with my audience. And like Valerie said, you might not have the money. That's okay. Still come, because I can still show you how to get started. You don't always need a fancy budget planner. You don't always need to buy $300 to $400 courses. Sometimes you just need somebody who is willing to help you. And for me, I love serving. I am a part of a couple nonprofits. So for me, it's really in my heart just to serve the community, serve the people, and really educate. And if I make a sale, I do. If I don't, that's fine, because guess what? You're going to tell people about me. You're going to
Yes.
say, you know what, Letitia helped me do this. Letitia helped me start my business. She showed me how to do my LLC. It's each one teach one for me, and I love educating when it comes to anything financial literacy, and that is really my passion, and that's why I do it for. If you don't follow me, you can just go to Facebook. I'm a Facebook person. I do have Instagram and all of that, but I'm not really on there actively. But if you go to Facebook and type in Letitia Wilson, you will see my face pop up. You can follow, send a friend request, send a DM, and then all of my information on how to get in contact with me is on my page.
Yes. Hey, I love it. Y'all heard it here. First and live. Y'all heard it. Definitely tap in.
Yes. And also, again, if you're on social media, making posts, I love engaging. That's another way that you can get your algorithm to interact with you as well, because you have to engage with other people. You
Right.
can't just be scrolling, doom scrolling, doom scrolling. No, engage. If you see, don't just like, make a comment. I will literally sometimes, I'm not a social media person. I'll get on there sometimes, but some days I will just get on there, and literally every post that I come across on my timeline, I'm gonna comment.
Yes.
And then now Facebook like, oh, you're recognized as an engager. Yeah, congratulations. and, so,
Yes.
and so again, show up for yourself. Again, if you see me on Facebook, like, comment, I'm going to do the same thing for you. Again, it's all about support, because we're all trying to retire wealthy. I feel like that is our goal. We all want these riches. We all want to be financially stable to a point to where we don't have to worry about finances. And that is what LC Financial Solutions is all about.
I love it. Yes. Make sure y'all do show up. Social media is social media for a reason. We have to be social. And comment on your comments, y'all. When y'all get comments on your post, please comment and respond, because people took the time out. Like Letitia said earlier, they took the time out to comment to you. Take the time out to respond back. They didn't have to stop by and say anything. They could have just kept scrolling past your post. So if they stop and comment anything on your post, comment back. It helps you boost your post in the algorithm so that more people can see you. But
Mm-hmm.
yes, definitely tap in with Letitia. I just dropped the panel resource sheet that has all of our information on there, and Val is about to go next. But if you do want to stay connected to either of us, all of our information, what we're doing, who we help, and how you can follow us and stay, tapped in on our journeys is in that sheet. Y'all click that link and save it, download it, keep it for your records. Val, you are up, sis. What's one thing women need to understand about visibility and confidence? I meant to ask you that before you start sharing, but please answer that question.
So first, I'm going to say that you have to be confident. You
Yeah.
have to, step into your power, and you don't need to know it all, but we all know something, right?
Mhm.
So when you are confident about that and you lock in on it, then you need to go out here and you need to just start sharing it everywhere, anywhere, and as much as you can. Because by doing that, you're going to stay consistent. You're going to show up for yourself. You're going to show up for your business, and you're showing up for your audience, which, let's face it, ladies, we all need a big audience because, at the end of the day, we want to sell. So you have to put your stuff out there. And so many times these women that I do talk to, they do say, well, I don't want to be put out there, Valerie. Well, when you don't put yourself out there, let's face it, you're leaving money on the table for someone else. Do you want the money or do you want Karen down the road to have the money? Because I can tell you right now, I want my money and I want Karen's money, but I'm going to share with Karen, okay? I'm going to share with her because there's enough pie for all of us. And like you said earlier, it doesn't matter if you have 5 women all doing the same thing, they all bring something different to the table, okay? They're all going to do it their own way, which is all going to be different. So they're going to connect with different people. And when they connect, they show up, they're going to be relatable, then they're going to make the sale. So, ladies, just be confident in what you're doing, okay? Show up, be visible, and make more sales so you can make more money, so you can be happy. Because we all want
and
that.
just to piggyback a little bit off of that, when you are building your sisterhood, and like Valerie said, it may be 5 women doing the same thing as you. My business bestie, we literally do the same thing. Texas, she's an accountant, and some of our services are similar and some are different. But when I say when we come together and we put our minds together, our businesses are booming right now. She do taxes, I do taxes. We bounce ideas off each other. If I say, "Hey, I'm finna do this. I'm gonna do this for my business. I'm a cold call." We both in Illinois. She's in Chicago. So I'm like, "Look, I put this spreadsheet together. We're gonna sit here and cold call businesses to see who need, taxes, bookkeeping done. I'm gonna take the southern region. You can take the north region, and then we're gonna come together and we're gonna work together."
I
Because
love
for
it.
me, like I said, I don't want to be the only millionaire friend. I need other millionaire friends around me. So
Okay.
it's okay to find someone who does the same thing as you and don't see you as competition, because we don't see each other as competition. And so
Yes.
once you find that person that is genuinely for you and actually wants to see you win, they will help you win, whether they're doing the same thing or not. When you go to the store, how many different items or different brands of bread is it when you go into the bread aisle? You think one person said, "You know what, Sarah Lee, I'm not gonna make bread because Bunny made bread."
You
Sarah Lee
see?
say, "No, I'm gonna sit next to Bunny, and whoever decides to buy."
Yep.
Yes.
And they buying based off of your personality and that connection that they feel to you. So just because you might have someone, if you have a credit business and you know somebody, get with them. They can help you, because everyone is in different levels in different chapters of the business. And just because one person is doing something doesn't mean that you can't do it either.
Yes.
That's right. That is exactly right.
I agree. Love it. Yes, Miss Val. So go ahead and fill us in, sis. Tell us what inspired you to start your amazing business and let us know how we can stay connected.
So I will say that what inspired me to be an entrepreneur is because at the age of 25, I was told that I would never be able to have kids. And then I hit 36 and, oh, did Flo not come? What's going on? Something's wrong. Like, where is Flo? And then you wait a week and you're like, something's wrong. 2 weeks, something's wrong. I, I don't think because, this physician told me that I would never be able to, right? I had the surgeries, can't do that. Let me just run down here to the pharmacy and get this test. But I already know, like, God, we know that this is not happening. That that little stick came back positive and I about lost it. And it wasn't like lost it like, what the? It was like, he gave me my miracle baby. And, at 36 years old, you're thinking, man, I'm going to be an old mom. No, that's not what I thought. I thought, baby, my baby's coming. Lord, just let him be healthy. And then the whole pregnancy, I was like, okay, it's a girl. It's a girl. Oh my God, I'm having a girl. I'm going to have a little mini me. She's going to be sassy and bold, just like her mom. Like, this is going to be great. No, it was a little boy. It was a little boy. And we live in the country. So, Shammy, you know what that means. Country boys. Oh, you gotta love them. Gotta love 'em. They want all the little animals, right? Little frogs in the pockets. Snakes don't mean nothing. Chickens, chicken poop, none of that means anything, right? So I said, God gave me this baby. I'm going to do whatever it takes to stay at home because I'm never missing a milestone with him. So let me start building a business. So when I started it, it was like Shammy. It was like the whole cups, tumbler, cups, tumblers, t-shirts, apparel, all the things. And then I was like, this is just too much. He's two at this age, he's two at this point. Oh, and then Flo didn't come again. And then I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing right now? Because I just need one. One was all I needed. But then he said, no, Valerie, you wanted your sassy little girl. So here, let me give you your sassy little girl now. So then I was like, you know what? Let me start getting in with all these different coaches and taking all these coaching courses. And, like you guys said earlier, the fluff, right? You start buying course after course and getting in here and you're spending all this money, wasting all this money, and you're not getting the return on investment, right? And that's what I absolutely hate is when you go and you buy a course for $9.97 or $12.97 or $19.99 and you just spent 2 or 3 weeks in this course and you're like, I already knew that. Did I seriously just spend this much money on this when I already knew that? Or I didn't learn anything. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to become a business coach. I'm going to help women entrepreneurs. And I'm not going to be like these women that are out here like, because a lot of times I meet women that are older than me. And I have to say, they're mean about it.
Mm.
They're like, I've already lived my life. I've already, invested all this time and all this knowledge into myself. I'm not just going to give it away. If they want it, they're going to have to pay for it. And you ask them just the least little question, like, how did you do this? Like, do you know what I had to go through to get that? I'm not just going to give it away. And then you have me that comes in and I'm like, what do you need help with? And some of these women are like, Valerie, you're weird. Like, nobody just gives you the answer. And, some people are just like, her energy is too much for me. And, you have other women that will send me a message during the day and I don't get back to them until 10, 11 o'clock at night because who knows what these kids are doing? Because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to show up for my kids before anything else because God gave them to me. They're the most precious thing to me. And I told him that I'm never going to miss anything. And plus, I homeschool. So, what is wrong with me, right? So, I'm just like, these women know that when they text me and they say, Val, I need help with this, they know that their answer is coming between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. But I'm going to give them the answer. I'm not going to gatekeep from them. And sometimes I have to say, I don't know, but you give me a day or two, and I'm going to help you find out the answer. Because women just need women. So that's why I found her circle, because I was like, these women need a real circle, a real sisterhood where they can come and they can, we're all at different levels. So some are in there teaching, some are in there learning, and some are just showing up because they care and, they haven't stepped into their power yet and they don't know really what they want to do, but they're there and they're supporting other ones. And that's what I love about Found Her Circle. And then, of course, Found Her Voice podcast, because these women, they need to get their business out there. They need to share about their nonprofits and their books. And, so many times they don't have the money for advertisement. And I'm going to say, Facebook advertisement, if you have the money to spend on it, that's great. But I'm going to tell you at the end of the day, don't do it. Don't do it. Go to these groups, see where you can post, connect with these women, and just have those private conversations. Say, hey, can you just share this post? Can you share about my product? Because then you're tapping into their audience, and then that's bringing more people over to your audience. And then, of course, I'm a big wellness advocate because, I'm not going to say anything bad if you guys vaccinate your kids and you use big pharma and all the great things, but there's so many things in these foods and these candies and stuff nowadays that affect these children. And so many of these kids have ADHD and ADD, and they're autistic. So I do sit on a board of a nonprofit for autistic kids. God did give me two healthy kids, but at the end of the day, these kids are my world. Even if they're not my kids, I'm gonna love your kids like they're my own kids, right? So, I just want to see these kids get healthy. I want them to have the same opportunity as a healthy kid, and I want them to thrive in life, just like, $1 million baby, right? Because that's just what's dear to my heart. So, women and kids, right? So, ladies, I can't thank you enough for letting me be on here, Tammy. I love you guys all like you are like my true sisters. I love all the support. And if any of you guys need help, you have a question, just DM me. It's Valerie, Ballerie, Root, Root, on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all the things. It's just Valerie Root. If you can handle this energy, come on over. If not, I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry.
Yes. Val, thank you so much, sis. She is all the way live, and I love her spirit, her positivity, and her authenticity. And, she shows up for women like us because we need a circle. We need that support, and we need women who care. And she is definitely one of them. Thank you so much for sharing, sis. I got to say, look, y'all make sure that y'all connect with each and every one of these ladies. Do not just watch these women tonight and disappear. Please don't do that. Go follow them, go support them, go connect with them, and pour back into the women who are pouring into you. All right. This is exactly why I created the panelist resource sheet. I did share the link in the chat because I didn't want y'all leaving tonight without having a way to connect with these women, to follow their pages, to support their businesses, access their offers and freebies, and continue building community after the live ends. So after the panel, I'll go ahead and drop the companion guide as well because it took me a minute to find it. I should have found it beforehand, but things like that happen. But one thing I want women to normalize is collaboration over competition. All right. This is a room for all of us. And visibility grows faster when women support women. Unmuted and unfiltered is waiting for you to be a panelist and share and encourage other women as well. Now, before we close out, I want each panelist to leave one final reminder for the women who's struggling to keep showing up when life is lifing. Just whoever want to start, just one final reminder.
It's okay to take those days for yourself. You need those self-care days, and you need to realize that a lot of us women wear so many hats and we juggle so much throughout the day. Okay. And sometimes you have to delegate things, and it's okay. Like, yes, no one's going to cook, your favorite dish like you do. No one's going to fold the laundry exactly like you do. No one's going to organize the house like you do, or sweep or mop or do whatever it may be like you do. But sometimes it's okay to just have somebody else do it and it be done. Because then that's one task taken off your list that you don't have to do, you don't have to worry about. And then guess what? You're going to come out of that little hump that you're in, and then you're going to do it the way you want to do it the next time, right? But just take that time for yourself. And I don't care if it's 5 minutes hiding in the bathroom, 5 minutes hiding in the closet, or sometimes, I just need to go to the car, turn on the music without the kids, because Valerie grew up, I'm not going to tell my age, but in that early 2000s. So, I feel like Dr. Dre and Eminem and Snoop Dogg and all those, I don't want those kids hearing that right now. So I need to just go out there and turn on that music and just sing it out, right? And just let it be. And then come back in and just deal with the chaos then, right? But take the time for yourself, honey. Always, always.
Always love that.
Valerie
Shammy,
literally said what I was gonna say. Being there for yourself is still showing up. If you feel, hey, you know, you need to sleep in, sleep. If you feel like you just need to rest, go ahead and rest. Because you have to, health is wealth. And so you have to be there for yourself, healthy, mentally, physically, emotionally, especially if we all have children. If you aren't good, your kids aren't good. They can feed the type of energy that you give off. So make sure that you do put yourself first. Make sure if you need to rest, you go ahead and rest, and understand building balance doesn't mean everything gets your equal opportunity. Everything doesn't get an equal opportunity. Balance means prioritizing what matters today, and the rest could be for the rest of the week.
yes. Yes, love that. Take us home, Shammy.
You ain't said nothing but a word. So I'm old school like you are, Tammy. So I had actually wrote down notes because I'm all about building women up. So authenticity builds trust more than perfection ever will. Give yourself grace in busy seasons and all seasons, as well as stop waiting for life to slow down before you show up for your business. Like, show up for your dreams. I've learned to grow through what I go through instead of dwelling in the moment and not thinking that I can do what I can. I can, I will, I shall do all things, you guys. Grab you a note. I can keep sticky notes by myself. Y'all, if y'all was in my office, you would think that I'm crazy. I write down affirmations. I put on the wall. I put on the wall. This is something I do for myself every day. Affirm, motivate yourself for 100 days. You guys hang around people like Tammy that are motivating, inspiring you, encouraging you, and you will set yourself on fire. You just have to give yourself permission to be great. So go out and be great, ladies.
Hey, I love it. I love it. But I just want to remind you all as well to take one day at a time, one step at a time. Don't try to be more than you can be. Only do what you can do. All right? Everything else will get there when it gets there. Enjoy your journey and appreciate the things that you're learning, the things that you'll see, and the women or men that you'll serve. Because at the end of the day, you can't help anyone if your cup is not full. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So take care of you first. I
Mm-hmm.
just want to remind each and every woman watching tonight, you do not need permission to show up, okay? You don't have to wait until you feel perfect, look perfect, have the right amount of money or equipment. You don't have to become someone else to be successful. Somebody is waiting on your voice, on you, your story, your perspective, your presence. And if you keep hiding, the women assigned to you may never find you. So show up, even if you're scared, even if you're tired, imperfect, even if you're healing or learning. Just don't quit. Okay. Thank you all so very much for joining tonight for Unmuted and Unfiltered. Make sure you follow all of our panelists, grab your resource sheet, and if you're interested in getting a copy of the companion guide, DM me and let me know. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I have it. Join the Unmuted and Seen community if you haven't on Facebook. And if you're interested in becoming a future panelist, message me directly or email me at hello@theunmutedceo.com. Also, these panel discussions happen bi-weekly. And trust me, the upcoming topics, man, they're fire. The next one to come up is going to be stop overthinking and start posting. You're going to want to be here for that. I love each and every one of you so much. Okay? Stay visible, stay confident, stay unmuted, and good night, everybody.
Good night. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.